Uh, Ever wonder if bigger always equals better? And so we've become accustomed to blockbuster budgets spiraling out of control. But what if a streamlined approach could actually save a beloved franchise? Um, uh, this May, audiences will finally see The Mandalorian and Grogu on the big screen, marking the first Star Wars film in 7 years. What many didn't expect is that it's also the most uh, financially conservative. Um, Disney's recent ventures, from Avatar to Avengers, uh, demand massive returns just to break even. Um, but with this new Star Wars film, the studio might be testing a different strategy, and a strategy that prioritizes story and character over sheer spectacle. Um, Data reveals The Mandalorian and Grogu's production budget is around $166.4 million, coupled with a $21.75 million tax credit. And compare that to previous installments. The Force Awakens at 245 million, Rogue One at 200 million, The Last Jedi at a whopping 317 million, and both Solo and Rise of Skywalker at $275 million each. Interestingly, a season of the Mandalorian TV series reportedly cost between 100 and 120 million TV. This film's budget is only slightly higher, dramatically lowering the bar for financial success. It doesn't need to be a $1 billion hit to be considered a win for Disney. Um, and work Director Jon Favreau's ability to stay on budget is a relief uh, for studio executives. Plus, production has been remarkably quiet, uh, avoiding the costly reshoots and behind the scenes drama that plague films like Solo. However, this lean approach raises questions for fans. Will the film feel worthy of the Star Wars legacy? Some worry about a potentially cheaper look, um, especially after a series of divisive TV projects like Obi-Wan Kenobi and Andor. Expectations are high, and the reported shorter runtime adds to the uncertainty. The recent Super Bowl spot offered no new footage, leading fans wanting more. Will audiences feel they've gotten their money's worth? Or will they wait for the film to appear on streaming? And The Mandalorian and Grogu might be signaling a smarter, more sustainable path for Disney, um, a path that prioritizes storytelling and character development over visual extravagance. It could redefine how Disney handles Star Wars and other big budget franchises moving forward. Um, uh, but challenges remain. The franchise has lost some goodwill, and Pedro Pascal's box office draw is still unproven. Um, and then ultimately, audience response will determine whether this leaner strategy pays off creatively and financially. Speaking of budgets, did you hear they tried to hire a Wookiee accountant? It was a hairy situation. Um, uh, with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.